Hello everyone. Today we'll study about eye diagram or eye pattern. It is an pattern generated on oscilloscope which is used to measure the amount of ISI, that is intersymbol interference, and different kinds of noises in a received signal. How it is generated? It is generated by supplying your received signal to the vertical sweep of the oscilloscope, whereas the sweep rate will be set to horizontal sweep. Sweep rate means the reference clock. So using these two inputs, we can able to generate eye pattern or eye diagram, which is shown in this figure. So what constitutes this eye diagram is, consider the above example here. This might be the received signal for a transmitter signal which I am drawing now. So this might be our transmitted signal, whereas the received one is this one. So if this signal is sampled at intervals t and overlapped on one another, what we get is this particular eye pattern. So let me do that. So let me take the first one here itself. Next sample is here, that is 0. So it will come like this. Next sample is 1. Next sample is again 1. It will overlap on this. Then 0. Then again 1. Then 0 and 0. So you can see that this particular thing causes the eye diagram. If at all the received signals were completely square, we should have got all the samples overlapped in this manner only. So there won't be any distortions which are shown over here, like zero crossing distortions or peak, because the ideal signal will be having same amplitude and the rise and fall times, whereas the received signals will be spread in time, they will be added with noise, and because of that we cannot expect whatever we have transmitted will be going to be received. So because of that we can have kind of distortions which are observed in this particular figure. So what are these distortions? If you see, there is a peak distortion because there will be noise on the peak of the received signal. Okay, possibility of noise. Then zero crossing distortions are because of uh, asynchronous timing. Here the rise time fall time are different, it is not the same. Then sensitivity to timing error, which is uh, this distance, the halfway between the peak value and the zero crossing. And then optimum sampling time, which will be whenever this eye diagram meets the highest point, we can say if we sample our signal at this time interval, starting from here, if we sample our signal in this time interval, exactly at this interval, then there is a possibility that we can avoid the intersymbol interference. Okay, we can avoid the intersymbol interference. So for that purpose only we are indicating these things. Then we have noise margin. Here this part, if this peak distortion is small, noise margin will be higher, otherwise noise margin will be small. It indicates that if you have smallest noise also, the decision may change in favor of 0 or 1. That is what the noise margin is. It is the margin over which your signal can be accurately detected. If that is large, accuracy will be more at the receiver end. Okay, that's about the eye diagram. Now let us simulate the same thing using MATLAB and try to understand the different scenarios. Okay, so this is the program which we have used to simulate the eye diagram. I don't go through the complete details of the program, but uh, two important aspects I will show you. One is signal to noise ratio, which I have kept as 1 now, as of now. A rise time and fall time, I have kept some values. Because of that, you can see the waveform, how it is different from 0 rise time and 0 fall time. So we have some rise time and fall time. So exact rectangular pulse you are not going to receive. Okay, let me run the code now. Okay, I had kept some rise time and fall time. That's why you can see the waveform is not exactly rectangular, and you can see the noise on the top of the particular signal as well as at the bottom. This is -1, indicating logic 0 or symbol 0. Symbol 1 is indicated by +1 volt. Okay, the polar NRZ signal, you can say. Here the problem is, one is noise which is added to the signal as well as rise time and fall time. So this is the waveform which we are assuming that the received signal. Okay, you might have transmitted the signal which is having no noise as well as rise time and fall time are 0. But at the receiver end, this might be the condition. For this, if we draw the eye diagram, this will be our eye diagram. Okay, this will be our eye diagram. Why we are getting this distortion? Because of the noise added, and this distortion here because the rise time and fall time are there. They are finite value, not 0. Now I have changed the rise time and fall time, which was earlier 1 by 5 rs. Now it is 1 by 2 rs. With this, the rise time and fall time I have increased. That means spreading of the pulse is more now. Let us see the impact of this on the eye diagram. Okay, so you can see now the received signal is having noise as well as more rise time and fall time, correct? And because of that, the pattern is now changed to this shape. Okay, if we go on changing this, occupancy will be go on increasing, that is this part. So the available space in the eye will be decreasing. It will be like eye is closing, otherwise eye is wide open. If eye is wide open, intersymbol interference will not occur, or it will be very small, whereas eye is closing means your intersymbol interference will be more. Okay, so this distortion will also increase if spreading is more. This zero crossing distortions only lead to intersymbol interference, whereas the additive noise will lead to increase in the peak distortion, and thereby the noise margin will be reduced. If this distortion go on increasing, noise margin will become smaller and smaller. Okay, now let us increase the signal to noise ratio. That means signal power will be increasing and noise power is small. Okay. So now I have changed the value to 10. Signal to noise ratio is 10. That means noise is now reduced here. Because of that, you can observe the eye diagram. The peak distortion here also reduced. Correct? So you can measure different parameters. Okay, you can clearly view the difference, right? the distortion, how it changes zero crossing as well as the peak distortions. Now let us further increase the signal to noise ratio and check what will be the result. Here you can clearly observe that signal is very uh, clean, that is it is not having any additive noise, but there is a uh, rise time and fall time. When it comes to its eye diagram, you can clearly see that it is like a complete rectangle, so peak noise is not there, correct? In this way we can analyze the eye pattern, and we can see that it can be used to measure different parameters, and thereby we can decide at what interval we can sample our signal, or how much noise is being added to our signal, whether it is there in the rise time, fall time. The rise time and fall time is there means it indicates that there is a spreading of the pulse. Okay, that leads to intersymbol interference, and also it gives an insight about where to sample, at what interval signal can be sampled at the receiver end, so that we can get the accurate symbol detected. Okay, so that's the significance of eye pattern. Thank you.